Hello everybody and welcome back to what was originally going to be the last episode of Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise, but as I do many times in between episodes, I decided to change my mind, because I said that last episode we were going to fight you-know-who, but upon evaluation and thinking back about some of the stuff that I wasn't able to do before, on stream or on camera in recording, I thought it'd be kind of sad if I decided to just fight you-know-who and then end this all off with leaving some things not done, even if we've done them before in other Yakuza games. And even though there aren't any karaoke mini-games in this game, there is the clinic, and I haven't shown that off in its entirety, so I decided screw it. One more episode before the end. And with this episode, we're going to have a lot of fun. So come on, Kenshiro, we're going to the game arcade. Because we're going to play some arcade games. I've played them before, but you know what? I don't care. I want to play them again. And hopefully, maybe, do better than I did before. Alright. Let's do this in a little bit of a weird order. Let's go with Space Harrier. Let's play. Let's see how this plays. And just like Kiryu, he gets really into it. Heh, go figure. Alright, so, last time on Space Harrier, I believe I was able to get to stage 5, I think. So, hopefully I can get a little bit further than I could last time. Man. I guess while we're playing some of these retro games, at the time of this recording, there's like a bunch of like companies that have like, you know, done their own version of like their own like mini systems or like arcade re-releases, and I think that's really cool. Like, one thing that's always a big concern when going forward with video gaming technology is sometimes there are just some titles you don't want to leave in the dust. And I'm still glad that companies are still willing to go back and release old titles with like new additions or new like options or like quality of life changes. I think that's just really cool. And I hope they don't stop to do so, because just today, in fact, at the time of this recording, the Castlevania collection came out to date this video, and I bought that in a heartbeat because there was some titles on that collection which there was never an easy way to play them, like Castlevania Bloodlines. This is the first time, other than the Sega Genesis Mini, that you could buy that game officially. I think that's or at least digitally. And that was one of those titles I always wanted to buy officially. I mean, of course you can emulate them, but you gotta vote with your wallet. I want to see more Castlevania, so I buy Castlevania. It's as simple as that. Now, of course, you can get shitty collections. Like, I know the Mortal Kombat collection, I think, on PS3 and Xbox 360 were... I think that was the bad version? Or I might be thinking of a different, but I might be thinking of like the Sega Saturn version. There was a shitty version of the Mortal Kombat collection of like Mortal Kombat 1 through 3, which had some problems. Oh my god, so many polls! I forgot how difficult it is to try and have a conversation while playing an arcade game. It's not exactly recommended. Well, I guess that got me to stage 3, so I'm not going to complain too much. But yeah. I'm wondering, if any of you guys have any specific, old titles. I mean, there's always old titles you want to come back, but I guess sort of more... not in terms of, like a remake or a, continuation of the series. I would just like some of the old versions of games to be available to play. Like, I don't know, like, I would kill for a HD re-release of Skies of Arcadia, for example, or Legend of Dragoon. Now, of course, I would want continuations to those series, or like remasters or remakes. But just letting people have the ability to play that series full stop, I think, would be really helpful. I'm looking at these Double Dragons. That's another series that, actually, I mean, to be fair, Double Dragon 4 did come out, but apparently it wasn't that great. But, if anyone knows about the, okay, I can't believe I'm referencing this. So, in the Double Dragon game series, there is, in fact, a Double Dragon... There's, in fact, two fighting games, Double Dragon fighting games, and one of them was made by SNK, because I think Double Dragon had problems with its, licensing, so no one actually knew who owned the license, which is now it's owned by Atlus, of all companies. Which meant that, two random fighting games by two completely different companies got made. And one of them was by SNK, and it's actually super cool. And I wish there was a way they could re-release that game, because it's actually the hypest, but there's no way. The only way you can play it is, through emulation. But anyway, we played Space Harrier. I still suck at it. This is not new information. But hey, if you could get Shenmue 1 and 2 re-released, then pretty much anything is possible. If you put your heart to it. Except me beating one of these arcade games, that is not possible. Alright, let's go with Super Hanyon next. I can't remember. Do they have motorcycles in the... Yes, they do. Yes, they do have motorcycles in Fist of North Star universe, because Vinny came in one, didn't he? Bowser. That's the button to zoom in. Alright, let's go. I'm trying to remember what I did last time. You know what? Screw it. I don't think I've ever gone expert. And I don't think I've ever done hard road. Let's do that. Okay. Let's see what we got this time. If I could, like, make it at least, like, 3 stages, I'll be happy. Because I don't know how, expert is, but I'm assuming it's pretty expert with tight time limits. But I decided to go with it because it's set in Europe, and, well, I'm based in Europe, so I figured that'd be pretty cool, and I've already wiped out. That's perfect. Great. Just what I needed. I swear to God, if I don't even make it to 1 checkpoint. Okay, thank God. That would have been... No, that would have been, like, a harder episode reset. If I didn't make it to, the first checkpoint. Like, that would have been too embarrassing. I couldn't have let that slid. Alright. God, oh God, I need to slow down. Okay, I'm almost at the next checkpoint. Am I actually gonna fail within the first... I guess I am. Okay, let's try that again. Maybe not do expert, because I am not an expert. But, I appreciate having the high score, because literally no one else is here. Okay, a circle, there we go. Alright, let's try that again. Let's try America. Let's go with, yeah, let's go with Senior. And let's go with Hard Road again, because we didn't get a good listen to it. Alright. I always like these episodes, because they're always very fast and loose. Because, obviously, when I do, Yakuza vids or any other video game, I usually try to have, like, set, checkpoints that I get to, in order to make progress, and feel like progress has been made, whether it be completing a side quest, or continuing on with the story, or getting an upgrade, you know, stuff like that. But considering I decided, on a whim, screw it, let's just have some fun. This one's kind of, like, nice and, carefree, because it's like, there's no, responsibility or obligations to finish anything. Well, I guess except maybe the, arcade games themselves. At least a little bit. But, this is nice. I like this. Okay, come on. I can do this. I can do this. Okay, we actually made it to a different area this time. I call that progress. Alright. Okay, shit. Speaking of fast and loose, this motorbike, man. Like, it's probably because it doesn't feel like it has as much weight because it's sprites and not 3D models. But, I always feel like I'm on the cusp of getting absolutely wiped out every time I take a turn. Because it's so light. Alright. Slow down a little bit so I don't... And I guess it was a mistake to slow down, and the checkpoint was right there. Well, I guess that's super hang-on. I tried it, I gave a crack at the hard stages, but it's not my forte, I must admit. Now, Outrun, on the other hand... I think... Have I ever tried to do the super easy route on Outrun? I think I always try to go for the harder route. Unlike Super Hang-On. You know what? Let's give it a go. Alright, Outrun. Let's see how I do with the super easy route. I could be misremembering. I might have gone for the super easy route before, but I can't remember. Splash Wave. Yeah, Passing Breeze. I've had enough with Magical Sound Shower. Thank you very much. As much as I like that track, I've listened to it way too much out on the open road while grinding. I guess on that subject, it might be worth noting if anyone's still playing this game or plans to play this game, don't do what I did and forget to, like, I got to a point where I was grinding the Coliseum and out in the Wasteland, and I was being really inefficient because I kept the game on hard, which doesn't actually give you anything extra, I think. So I kind of was just making it harder for myself for no particular reason. Which... I could have saved myself so much trouble if I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to crank that difficulty down and just beat on enemies in order to gain that experience. But nope, I had to forget that was a feature in this game and just keep it on hard. Especially for the Coliseum. For the Coliseum, it's a godsend to set it to easy. Because even if you're like 20 levels above the opponent that you're fighting, how the hell did I... How did I run out of time so quickly? Did I forget there's a boost? Is that what happened? Hang on. No. Hang on. We're doing that again. Did I forget there was a boost? There's a change gear. That's what it was. I completely forgot you could change gears. Oh, I feel like an idiot. Okay, this is the real run this time. But, what was I talking about before? Yes, grinding. If you're ever going to do the Coliseum, set it to easy. You'll save yourself so much flipping trouble. That is my top tip. Okay, I thought I was going a little bit slow. I mean, it was making the turning a lot easier. I was probably forgetting there was a gear change and boost on Super Hang-On as well. It has been a while since I played that game. Jerk! Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. See, people, this is why you decide to play these games once again on camera, because a whole bunch of new problems and things can happen. To embarrass yourself. Alright. Okay, checkpoint. Okay, so. The problem is, since I don't usually go down the easy route, I'm actually not familiar with it. I can sort of remember the old, harder route with the stone archways. But, the easy route, it's actually not as easy to remember. Okay. Okay. Got some hills. Make sure I don't run into any cars. Oh god, why was there a turn there? There was a turn there because I didn't know there was a turn there. Okay, load. A little bit too early for a gear shift, but you know what? It's fine. You know what? For the easier route, it's still has some trouble. Alright, okay. Almost at the next checkpoint. I swear to god, pink car, why were you... I was clearly in the lane. Freaking drivers, man. Alright. I was also very curious with, what the, landscape... what, like, country we're in. Where all of this scenery can take place in, because in Super Hang-On it makes sense because you choose your continent and it's like, oh, you're going across like Europe or you're going across America, so it's like either the American like scenery or the European scenery, and it's like, oh, that makes sense. But for Outrun, it just seems like it's one country that you just keep on going across, and they have every single oh, okay, I killed those people. But they have every single, Oh, okay, well, it's Germany, because that says Dunker. Unless it's just the entirety of Europe, which I guess would make sense. I don't know, that's actually not something I'm not familiar with, and, well, that's the game over, but, yeah, I was able to see some scenery I never saw before. I made it to the first stage, so that's not too bad. Man, I would have made it to some, like, mud huts and, like, a lake at the end. Well, too bad I'm not good enough to play this game. But yeah, that's pretty much Outrun. Alright. That is all the arcade games which I have not played. And I've already played the unique one on a different episode, so you know what that means. That means for the rest of this episode, we're going to be focusing on the karaoke equivalent in this game, which is the clinic. I've already gone and unlocked all of the songs. And that's pretty much going to lead us to the end of the episode. So this is a little bit of a weird extra episode, especially since it's not in the stream format, and I decided to do it as a regular recording, but I hope I was able to at least show off all of the games still, you know, even though we've done them before. And for realsies, on the next episode of Let's Play Fist North Star Lost Paradise, we will fight you-know-who. But for now, I got some patients that I need to help, so hope you guys enjoy the show. See you guys next time!
次のどうぞ。 察終了。 診察終了。 診察終了。家に帰る時が来たのだ。
Master of karaoke, the master of dance, and now the master of surgery. Yeah. I'm a Reuven god at this point.